Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back. It's 3 in the key. Man, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. We're coming to y'all from the holidays with a very, very special episode. We have a couple of topics, man. We're going to talk about JJ Redick. He's been calling the media out. He's been calling the Lakers out in the media. He said over the weekend they're going to have a very uncomfortable practice. They bounce back with a blowout win. So does that coaching style work? And then we're going to talk about Giannis windmill dunking with 2 seconds left on the Bulls, showboating. They get mad. They're talking about it in the media. This seems to happen like 4 times a year. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to get into that. But first of all, my name is Kaim, and I'm the host that the next time y'all see me, I will have had a birthday. I will be 27 years old. So wish me happy birthday in the comments. Make me feel special.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
My name is Grant, and I'm the host that's a believer again. I believe in the Clippers, the one team that could save us from the OKC regime. I believe in them. 4 straight wins, Kawhi 50-piece. We're back, chat. We're back.
I don't believe. I'm Jay. I think this year's Christmas Day games were pretty great, honestly. Started with another banger, kind of a snooze fest, and then ended on a banger. Like I can't complain, really. Can't complain.
Yeah, great Christmas hoops, man. Great Christmas hoops. One of the first times I think I've watched the majority of all 5 games just because the first one started so good, and then I was gonna keep watching and then the second was OKC, and then of course I'm gonna watch the Lakers. So crazy hoops. So we'll start a little bit after that, though. So here it goes, bro. Your current hometown team, Jay, Chicago. They don't even get blown out. They're losing to Milwaukee. I think it's like 108, 103, something like that. But it's over. It's 10 seconds left. Giannis gets the ball. Jai's down, bro. Crazy windmill. And it starts, it's hard to say a fight in the NBA these days, but disagreement. They're talking to him. Giannis is acting like he doesn't know why they're mad. That's always my favorite thing players do. They walk away like, yo, what? He's acting like he doesn't know. What's going on, bro? Why is this a rule in the NBA? Right? Why is this a rule in basketball in general? And do y'all respect the rule? Like Jay, when you see that, when you saw the highlights, or if you were watching it live, did you have a reaction at all?
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, y'all got walked down. Like he beat y'all, and some of the other commentators were saying if you didn't want him to do that, you should have kept playing to the end. I mean, they're like, you should have kept playing to the end. I mean, I've played organized hoops. They banged on us at the end of the game before. I got to be honest with you. I don't get mad. Like if I was really that mad, yeah, I would have fouled him before he got there. That's what they said to do. Should have fouled him before he got there.
Oh,
like instead of just letting him go. Everyone wants to talk about sportsmanship. It's always like 2 opposite ends. Hey, like the league's soft, and then when he dunks at the end of the game and they get mad, everybody's like, I can't believe he dunked at the end of the game. What?
There's no respect for the game.
Yeah, it's like there's no respect. What kind of sportsmanship is this, bruh? Compete to the end. They're all like the Bulls already walking off the court, and then he did that, and now they're all like, and then Moose wants to get up in his face, and Giannis, yeah, like you said, Kai, Giannis was just like, I don't know why they messing with me. It's always funny to me. When that happens.
Yeah, bro. What you think, Grant?
First, we need to talk about how sorry the franchise the Bulls is. Continuously in mediocrity, will never be, just be under a sub 500 team, 8 or 9 seed, always a play-in squad. For the past 6 years at this point, they've been a play-in squad, which is just blow it up. But my issue is, okay, in high school, when it was time was running out, they scored, no one cared. In college, it's incentivized to run the score up. It's incentivized just for seeding and rankings. And if you beat this team by 50 points, that just shows how much better you are.
Yeah.
Why, when we get to the NBA and people are getting paid millions of dollars a hoop, people get pressed out when someone scores a bucket with 5 seconds left and they're up by 10? It doesn't make sense to me. You are grown-ass men playing ball. You're playing a kid's game, but still, why are you pressed about someone scoring? Like Jay said, you should have played harder. You should have won the game. Don't get all pissy and pissed when they scored 5 seconds left. You should have won the game. That's all I can say. It never made sense to me. We never got mad in high school. We never got mad in college. But right when we get to the NBA and people want to play basketball to the end of the game, like we were taught our whole careers, people get mad. So it's a dumb rule. I hate the rule. I hate everyone who does and gets mad about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense, bro. It's dang near, in podcast world, we're not really supposed to all agree. But sadly, right here, we all agree. It really makes no sense. I dang near have to take it up a notch, bro. There should be no unwritten rules. Like, There should be no unwritten rules in any sport, bro. Besides, don't blatantly try to injure another player. But like in baseball, bro, you hit a home run, they get mad if you flip the bat, bro. That actually doesn't matter. We gave up a run, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Like, why are we getting mad? Why are we choosing to be mad over this small thing? And if we are mad, why are we actually mad? Like, even after the game, I get heat of the moment. You're competitive, you're emotional, you get mad, but in that very moment, but I don't understand why 30 minutes later at the press conference, you're still mad. Mm-hmm. Like, bruh, Giannis got the ball fast. There was no defense being played because y'all thought it was over. He decides, I'm about to go get my 2 points, bruh. I'm trying to, bruh, Bron has 40,000 points. I'm trying to goddamn, do you know how hard it's going to be to goddamn reach that? I'm trying to score my points and this and that. It makes no sense to me. I feel like people are actually just mad because they're losing, and now they feel like they have something that's valid to take their anger out on. But I don't know why we as fans, or why the media, or why even the other team or the teammates allow that. Like, I don't know why we don't make athletes feel dumb every time they come in the media and be like, yo, I can't believe he shot a layup. It's like, yo, well, let's get back to the fact that you guys blew a 20-point second half lead, and what needed to happen before the fast break layup to improve the outcome of the game. Like, bro, I agree with y'all. If you don't want them to score, play defense. Like, just play defense, bro. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I know not everybody would do it. But I always think about it because, bro, imagine the G League players. If I was a G League or an into the bench guy, 15th man, I would be playing extremely hard to the end, bro. This is my only time to get in. I might only get like 4 possessions. I'm playing hard every single one. You're crazy if you think I'm not. So I've never understood it, bro.
My only issue is this pushes the narrative that NBA players are divas. And let's be honest, they're divas, bro. They're divas. Once they get a couple mils, they turn into divas. It's crazy. Paul Georges, the Chris Pauls turn into divas, man. But I think what I want to know is, when did this start happening? Like, in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s, were they getting pissy when someone's going with 5 seconds left? I don't believe that.
I think they were, at least in the 80s, bro. You know, in the 80s, they didn't even need a reason for you to hit them like that. So I'm pretty sure they were doing that back then. I'm trying to think back some of those NBA hardwood classics I've seen. They definitely were doing. They wouldn't even bang on people. Sometimes they would just do a layup just to piss them off, and it would work. Like, it would work. Layup. Giannis did a windmill dunk,
bruh. So, okay, let's try. All right, let's at least try. At least one of us to put ourselves in their shoes. Because if all 3 of us feel like this, why does this happen consistently? Like, why do the players actually continue to care every single time about what's going on? Like, what could it possibly be?
You know, I feel like we see the ones where people actually overreact. I feel like there's probably half the time they score, nothing happens, we just walk off the court. It's cool. Right, it's just a personality trait. It's a diva personality trait. Like, I didn't see the video, but who came up on Giannis first?
I think it was Vooch, but I'm not positive it was him.
Who?
I think it was Vucevic.
Vooch. Okay. I mean,
like, I think, yeah.
I don't remember. I wish I remembered.
I'm pretty sure he was first or second.
Yeah.
He's just mad his career's been wasted, bro. It's okay.
They're all wasting their career. It's the Bulls.
He wasted it on the Magic, then he went to the Bulls and wasted it there. He's been in the league for almost 20 damn years and barely make the playoffs once. So,
man, he's been in the league, bro. Hey, bro, Giannis hit him mean. Oh wait, no, it was actually, I think Kevin Huerter was about to throw the ball at him on the inbound.
Yeah, he was. He thought about it. He was like, that's a fine.
He thought about it. He decided not to do it.
Hey, man, Kevin Huerter should be the last person raging, bro. He should be the last person.
And then, yeah, I think Jay's right. The first person to actually pull up on him was Vucevic. And then, yeah, the game.
Yeah, that stuff's just funny to me because, like you said, the NBA is divas because they make all that money, bro. And mind you, this is right after, like, a real fight happened. Jose Alvarado punched and connected.
Yeah.
He punched and connected, and I felt like that got as much attention as Giannis doing the windmill dunk.
You're right.
Like, what?
You're right, bro. He got one in, bro.
You got one MVP doing a windmill dunk, and then you got 2 role players fighting.
Man, if they're really that mad, bro, they need to look at their record, bro. 15 and 16 should make them mad.
Bro, but the Bucks are worse.
That's so sad. I'm just looking at that right now.
Maybe that's why they got so mad. They're like, dang.
Yeah.
They think they're
they finally had a win.
hot shit, and they have a worse record than us.
They were like, dang, we thought before the game, they were like, yo, finally a W. Finally a W.
It's
Good.
a mid-off.
It's a mid-off, man. Oh, my goodness. All right. Anything else on that before we move on, bro?
I want to see more of it. You know,
Yeah, I actually agree.
Oh, like, because you know how they be saying certain players have beef? Yo, if my team beats your team every time, if I'm in the game at the end of the game and we get the ball, I promise you, I'm going to do some crazy stuff at the end. I'm going to go between my legs, like, do something crazy.
We're just about to wild out. Like, y'all, it was after the buzzer, but do y'all remember that famous one from college? Dang, I wish I could remember the college. That'd be easier. Where the dude, like, dunked after the buzzer, and then the fans stormed the court, and it was like the strobe lights. That joint was lit. I'll be trying to recreate that every time.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Or the Dennis Smith Jr. joint in college where he literally bounced the ball and dunked. Like, man, come on.
See, bro, they don't do it in college. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like, relax. I understand being mad about the loss and even being like a sore loser. People are sore losers, but about specifically this basket, I'd be mad that guy did, yo, how come we blew so many coverages and allowed so many like open corner threes? Focus on what you can control. All right. Speaking of blown coverages, though, we're moving on to coaching. We're moving on to the Lakers, who were, even after a rocky start to December, they were 19-7. At that time, I think they were third in the West, maybe even second. Less than 2 weeks ago, they were second in the West. They had not lost consecutive games back-to-back all year. Even though, if you look closely, all of the games they did lose, they were getting smacked. It was either they win or they get smacked by like 12 or more points. Finally, though, they do hit a losing streak. Right? Not just 2 games. It was the first back-to-back losses. They lost 3 games in a row. They took the L at Phoenix. They took the L to the Clippers. And then they took the L on Christmas Day to Houston. JJ Redick, he had actually soft-launched a little bit in those other less famous post-game interviews after those, where he's like, we don't have enough players. I remember they asked him, yo, do you have enough players that he said, are there certain players who just play hard, not as like they don't have to try to play hard, they just play hard? And JJ Redick was like, yeah, like we had Jordan Goodwin last year. He just plays hard every time. Like Vanderbilt plays hard. And the reporter asked him, does this team have enough of those players? He said, no, no, we don't. But that's kind of honest. Game right after that, he says, yo, it's the same, bro. He's calling people out. He's not saying names. He said, yo, we're making defensive mistakes every time. It's the same players every time. We're going to have an uncomfortable meeting. We've all played organized hoops before. Grant, what do you think the reaction from the Lakers will be to JJ Redick the first time they have a losing streak, which means this might continue to happen anytime they kind of go into a down spiral, straight up calling them out in the media, doing everything except saying their name? Do you think that could be positive for them, or is he about to lose the locker room?
Well, my understanding is he had the meeting, and they said it was positive. They said it was a positive meeting. They reported it was positive, so, you know, we don't know what's going on in people's minds, but they said it was a positive meeting. I think, here's my issue. Well, actually, I have no issue. How do you motivate your players? How do you motivate your players? I look at the Lakers. They are inherently flawed. They're an inherently flawed team defensively. Personally, I think they're overperforming right now in terms of the win column. But how do you get the stars, the ones making millions and millions of dollars, the ones who are set for life, have all the accolades? Maybe not Luka has all the accolades, but again, Bron has all the accolades to get back on defense and chase down Amin Thompson on the fast break. It's like, it's hard to do that, but I think it's inspiring the team. You got to inspire the team somehow. And JJ Redick decided, yo, they're calling them out in the media. That's the only thing they got. Calling them out in the media saying, yo, these people are not playing hard, giving them a bad rap and be like, yo, we need to get these boys together, is the best he can do. I mean, you can't control Bron. At this point, you can't control Luka. You can't control Luka, bro. So Austin Reeves is reaching that point where, okay, no, he's still controllable. I feel like Austin Reeves still listens.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the only thing you can do. And I think JJ Redick commands enough respect to say that. He commands enough respect, and that's why I think the message was positive, or the meeting was positive.
I respect that. Jay, do you agree? You think they're going to take it and be like, all right, let me respond to this? Or do you think because they have all these accolades, they're going to be like, yo, who are you talking to, bro? You're a second-year guy.
Oh, no. I think they're just going to continue to be up and down. These conversations probably going to keep happening. Like Grant said, the roster is flawed. I mean, they're always going to have those problems. Yeah, I mean, of course it's the accolades, but I think it's just like, I think it's much harder to be a coach that motivates in the NBA than any other sport, because they get the money. They get the money so easily. They get the money super easily. You don't even have to be a star these days, and you make more than like stars in other sports. You know, so It's like So like once I get to like, okay, I'm a good starter, I'm a good 3-and-D guy, I'm making as much as like, like Michael Parsons or somebody in the NFL.
Yeah,
Like
for real.
you're, or like any of the quarterbacks. Like you think you're that guy, and so once you get to that level, and it's like for one of your points, Chaim, they have to play you because they pay you. They have to pay you because they play you, because that's the mind. That's another unspoken rule. They pay you, they gotta
They
play
need to
you.
eliminate that too. They need to eliminate that.
So I think it'll continue to happen.
I agree. I think so. I think they should eliminate that first of all. I feel like, Brad, we signed. Yes, we agreed to the contract. I have to pay you. So you know what that means? That means I have to pay you. that's all that should mean, bro. You get the money. But if you're a terrible player, I shouldn't have to pay you the money and also put you on the court. Even though I find out you're a terrible player, we made a mistake. We got to give you the bread, but we don't got to keep losing games. I never understood that. But there's a couple of things happening here. One, yes, bro, their best two players are arguably these days are like low motor players, bro. And then, so Luka and LeBron, they're low motor offense. LeBron will run if he sees a fast break opportunity, but like, or a chase down opportunity. But in terms of the small things, bro, rotate in time, this and that, it's hard. Luka, it's hard. Like the athleticism isn't there. Even Austin Reeves, I think he tries hard, but the athleticism isn't really there. So they have to be like locked in at a 48 minutes straight to do that. And so I think he can't cut their minutes. Like, so if he can't cut their minutes, then I kind of agree with you, Grant. He really has nothing he can do except call him out. Now I do think there's an argument to be made that you call him out. You do have the uncomfortable practice. You call him out in practice, but like you support him publicly. I have some, because I just feel like people could get tired of that over time. But there's one trump card over all this that I think things changed from the old days to now, the 80s and 90s and maybe even early 2000s to now. And that's that back then, the coach and the GM were actually in charge, bruh. Now the star player is actually in charge. So like back then, bruh, if you don't like Pat Riley, if Pat Riley says is making you do two-a-days, you're Magic Johnson, bro, who cares? That's Pat Riley. Like he is genuinely running the show. Like Phil Jackson, oh, okay, you're the best scorer ever. You don't want to run the triangle, right? Well, tough. Like that's actually very tough that you don't want to run it, but we're gonna run it though. So like, and I feel like the organization stood behind the coach. Now the organization stands behind the player more, which I think I like, because you don't want to just treat the players like they're disposable, but it has some unintended consequences, which is the players have so much more power than the coach that if the coach says too much, they'll be fired. And so coaches can't coach as hard. And I think that leads to worse basketball. Like I think the Thunder are very well coached. I think they play defense hard. Like I think the Pacers are very well coached. You have to be able to coach to win. And so I honestly feel like JJ Redick has confidence, whether he actually talked to the Lakers or not, that the organization is actually behind him over even Bron. For the first time probably in Bron's career, I feel like he's like, the organization's behind me. If there's like a disagreement, they'll probably let you go. And so he's calling him out, bro. He's calling him out. And you think he's actually talking to Bron and Luka in the meetings though? Or you think he's skipping them over and going to the role players?
No, if he's skipping them over, he's doing the team a disservice, and then he's doing all this for no reason. He's doing all this for no reason if he's skipping them over in the meetings.
I actually bet you he's in Bron's ass, bro. I bet you he's in Bron's ass behind closed doors. I bet you he is. Because, bro, let's be honest, Bron just doesn't carry as much weight as he does now, or as he used to. Bron is expendable, bro. It's hard to say that, but Bron is expendable. And I think the thing about it is, you said if you pay someone, you have to play them, Jay. I mean, look what happened to Chris Paul, man. But man was shown the door. But I think the issue is LeBron is still part of the offense. He's still a very viable part of the offense.
Yeah.
And even if he's not scoring, he takes the pressure off Luka and Austin Reeves. And that's as much as just as valuable. I think it's so hard when your three best scorers, your offense, what's making your team's bread and butter, like top 5 offense, is you can't take them off the floor. That's their defense issue. So
because their defensive players are terrible on offense.
That's the roster.
They're deep. Like you play Marcus Smart, he's taking every single jumper he can and goddamn showboating. You play Jared Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's straight. He's up and down on offense, bro. He's very up and down on offense. It's like you need to play Bron, Luka, and AR.
And also Rui and Jake LaRivia have cooled off. They started the season really strong, and both of them have cooled off.
Rui was hitting everything at the beginning of the season. and now he's mostly
How
bricking.
it always goes. That's how it always goes, man. And it just gets to the point where you watch the Lakers, you're like, dang, how does everybody else have a role player that can be good on offense and defense? And the
Yes,
Lakers every
bro.
time.
I watched the Suns, bro. It's people I've never like. I had to check my ball. I thought I was a ball knower, bro. I'm watching them. They have like some dude named Colin Gillespie. I'm like, bro, that dude is useful, bro. They got Ryan. I'm like, bro. Even of course, Dylan Brooks has actually improved his game. Like he messed up, I think, making himself famous for the bullet drive because he's actually good now. And it's like, bro, every team had these guys. The Mavericks, I don't know. In hindsight, I mean, we said it at the time, but in hindsight, the Mavericks should not have traded Luka, bro, because the Mavericks actually had the perfect team around Luka, which is everybody plays defense and is an athlete and can jump out the gym and runs fast and play. PJ Washington is a dog, like Derek Lively is a dog. That's what you need around Luka. Having all this finesse, the only way that works is if it's actually historic on offense. Like, I think for them to actually be a championship team, they would have to be one of the most historic offenses of all time.
Their offense has to be on all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Especially when you're starting Rui and DeAndre Ayton next to those guys. Because those guys aren't, I'm not saying they're just horrible on defense, but they're not Rudy Gobert. So we literally have 5 people on offense who can all hit the mid-range jumper, all shoot, kind of pass. Like, so we need to be averaging 150 points a game. And I think JJ Redick's yelling at them. I think his assistant coaches might have to pull him to the side and say, Brad, they can't do it.
We can't do it. We can't do it. So I mean, maybe he sees something in practice that we don't, but like from what I've seen, they can't do it. If their offense isn't on, like the team is the defense, everything. It's like the Thunder. It's like how the Thunder, even when they're bad, they can still win. The Lakers aren't like that. They're not like that.
Yes.
And honestly, what the Lakers are missing, which is what all historic offenses have, is a pure point guard. They need a pure point guard. The Suns had the pure point guard in Steve Nash. Even Steph Curry he was shooting lights out, but he was more of a point guard as well. I think Luka, as good as a point guard as he is, he maybe takes a little bit too many shots. And he's not quick and speedy enough to get open shots for other people. So
I actually see what you mean. Because I don't view Steph in my head as a pure point guard, but I know what you mean because Steph doesn't dominate the ball.
Yeah.
Like Steph comes down, if he brings it up, honestly, normally the first move is a pass. Whereas a pass, a cut, a move, a this or that, like, you're right. You need somebody that is willing to get off the ball, bro. And Luka is super on the ball. Like, probably the most on the ball player I've ever watched besides James Harden in his prime. And then, honestly, nowadays, even when you give Bron the ball, like AR is hurt now, Bron will stand in one place for about 4 seconds on the shot clock normally. Like, he's going to stand there, hit a jab step, or stand there and then get into his back down. And it's like, bro, this is too slow.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When they're on, to me, this isn't backed up by the numbers. It's just eye test. It basically means if Luka's step back 3 is going in. If Luka's step back 3 is going in, then the offense is crazy. It is crazy. Because you have to double, and then because they have even DeAndre Ayton, you can't leave DeAndre Ayton either. Mid-range, obviously. Like, he's knocking that down every time. He's actually leading the league in field goal percentage, so it's tough. Go ahead.
I will also say Jackson Hayes has been out, and that's been their bench defender. That's been their bench center defense. So
and energy guy.
They're missing a crucial part of their defense and lob threat. Because even though Ayton's a lob threat, he's not a lob threat like
he's not jumping out the gym. Jackson Hayes was dunking on people dang near once a game.
Yeah. So Jackson Hayes revived his career, man.
Yeah,
he's revived his career. So
I actually view Jackson Hayes now as a good backup center. Like, if he's your backup center, that's good.
Yeah. So
well, I hope they keep winning. Grant, you said they're overperforming. Right now, they are the only team in the NBA above 500, and they're actually, I mean, what are they, 19-10, I think 20-10 now. They're the only team in the NBA above 500 that their starters have a negative point differential when they play on the court together. So,
that's so good.
Yeah, so on average, when their actual starters play, they haven't been healthy a lot, but Luka, LeBron, Austin, DA, and Rui, they actually are on average getting beat during those possessions. Not for a team that's 20-10, that's very unusual. So something has to give there. As a fan, I hope they improve, but at some point that probably won't stay all year.
And they said that's the most telling stat for a championship team. How are you going to F up the most telling stat?
That's why we say they just can't do it. That's why we say they just can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
Yeah, so they got two choices, bro. At the trade deadline, they either need to find a way to get some players that can play offense and defense, or they need to